Well, Lane, are you ready to the finale of Taiga?
Why, yes, Gar, yes I am.
I did it.
Buddy, go!
Buddy, go! Ooh.
Schwa the roll call. Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Kaiju Sentai Ultraranger, the show where we talk about Ultraman's past, present, future, Godzilla, and all Kaiju in between. I'm your host, UltraPink Caster Lane.
And I'm your host, UltraYellow Caster Gar. And today, we are not actually talking about anything about Ultraman's past, or future, or Godzilla, or all Kaiju in between. But today, we are talking about the final 4 episodes of Ultraman Taiga.
Hell yeah, we're finally getting this show done.
You mean Taiga or our show?
Yeah, Taiga.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so no news or anything. We're just going to talk about episodes 22, 23, 24, and 25 of Ultraman Taiga.
Yeah.
Get this shit done and over with. No.
All the final 4 episodes of Taiga. However, this doesn't mean we're done with Taiga for the future. We still have the Tri-Squad audio dramas to talk about.
Which we've been desperately waiting for.
Which we're patiently waiting for more releases from the fan subgroup that took them on.
Yep.
So, once they're all done, I'll look through, see which ones are like tiny little stories, and we'll talk about them like probably like once a month or something.
Yeah. Alright, so starting off with episode 22, What's Up with Takong?
What's up with the Kong?
So, I gotta say, the kaiju of this episode, we got 2. So, we got the oil monster, Takong, and the ferocious monster, Gisteron.
Yeah, which, I swear Gisteron was supposed to be Astron, in which it is the same design, just modified a bit.
Mm-hmm. Maybe it's like a different version of Astron. But yeah, no.
A Lowland version.
So Takong's this really awesome looking kaiju because it was one of those things again where, if you remember that episode of Extra Extra where we talked about the Tengu Robo, and I just went from being like really weirded out, and by the end I was just so fascinated by it. This is that same situation with Takong. The first time I saw him, I was like, "What the fuck is that thing?" And then by the end of this episode, I was like, "I love him. I just want to hold him and tell him everything's okay."
Yeah.
So he's basically based off of an octopus and takoyaki, more specifically. He's round.
He is stuffed, round, touch the ground. He is short, fat, can't touch his back.
Yep.
Because his arms are like really
They're like
tiny.
at the very top of it.
Oh yeah,
like,
they're at the very top.
Like, the joke I made was that he looks like Golem from Pokemon.
Oh yeah, he does.
Yeah. So, like, I like to think that that's where they got Takong's, like, or Golem's inspiration from. Was from him.
I mean, I could see it. It's just Takong, but reversed.
Yeah. So.
I guess instead of being water based, he's land based.
Yeah. So. He shows up, and because like there's this kid named Shinji who, like, we find out he's an alien, but I like to think he's Takong's son.
I don't think he's an alien.
He sprouted tentacles, Gar. He's sitting on top of Takong, and he had tentacle arms.
He didn't have tentacle arms.
Yes, he did. If you go back and look at the episode at the end when he's on top
did
of
not.
Takong, he spawned tentacle arms.
He did not.
Yes, he did. I'm not shitting you.
He did not.
Go look it up right now. He had tentacle arms at the end.
We are looking this up.
That's what, like,
right now.
I was wondering why you were like going like, he's not his son. He's probably his Takong. I was like, no. All right, we'll be right back. He's gonna look see the tentacle arms. See, I told you. How did you miss that?
It was like 1 a.m. when I took notes for this episode. Do you really think I'm keeping a keen eye on my laptop of like, are those tentacle tentacles.
Yeah, so he spawns tentacles at the end.
What the
So I think he was Tak Hong's son.
I wouldn't, or at least a member of the race.
Yeah, probably. So Tak Hong busts in. He's not really doing anything like harmful or destructive. He's just walking around.
What's he doing? He's been doing the same thing that they've always been doing. They're just standing there, talking.
So what are they talking about?
I hate you.
I fucking hate you. So the Aegis crew is just like watching, and they're like, should we like do something? And it's like, it's not really doing anything destructive. Like we don't respond to him unless he's like showing any ill hostility.
Well, what about the government? The monster's not giving off any ill intent. Like the monster's just giving off ill intention, so they're just gonna leave him.
Yeah, like he didn't have any adrenaline showing when he like arrived, so we're just gonna leave him. Here he's like, yeah, I gotta go fucking do something about this. And they're like, where are you going? And he's like,
jogging?
Oh, forgot my jacket.
Oh.
Like, at this point, they know. They know he's fucking up Taiga.
They gotta know.
They have to know. So he goes up to try to fight him, and so Taiga gets stuck to him.
No, Fuma gets stuck to him.
Well, yeah, but like Taiga tries to attack him. He's like, you can. Titus, which I feel like he would have been the one to be able to defeat him, because it kind of shows, because he summons Titus to like run after him with brute strength, and Tak Hong spits oil on the ground to make Titus slip, so he can't get to him. So I like to think that Titus could have been the one to defeat him. And like even Titus just like, fucking oil, that's not fair.
Whoa.
So then like Fuma finally shows up.
After like what?
5 episodes.
3 episodes?
Yeah. There you go, guy. You like Fuma.
I like Fuma's design. I like the whole blue.
Titus is the most for me. And so Fuma tries fighting him, he gets stuck, and he's like actually getting like really fucking irritated about it too. He's just like, God. No, not now! Fucking God! And then yeah, he runs out of energy, and then Tak Hong just like goes to sleep.
Yeah, he goes up to the he goes up to the oil factory,
like pipeline or whatever, like that, and just starts sipping some oil.
Yeah, sipping some oil,
and then he falls asleep.
Like, oh, he's not doing anything that bad. What if he explodes?
Bakuhatsu.
No, I didn't think that far.
Yeah. So then, Hiroyuki's just kind of like doing stuff, and then the boy Shinji shows up to him, and he's just like, "You have 3 aliens inside you, don't you?" And he's like, "What do you mean?" I saw you get your ass kicked by that guy, by Tak Hong.
I need you and your alien friends
to help me defeat Geestron, because he's coming back from his nap, and he's really upset, and Tak Hong's the one who keeps him in check and keeps him balanced, but Tak Hong's really old, so he can't really do the job by himself.
Well, why is Geestron showing up? Because the Earth's polluted. Well, I mean, yeah, we're currently working on that physically and emotionally.
Yeah, but that makes Geestron mad.
Just emotionally and physically. What do you mean by emotionally? Because apparently earlier on in the episode, there was a news story indicating that there are over 6,000 cases open involving humans learning about the existence of aliens.
Yeah, and a bunch of them are like, oh, they should go back to where they belong. And other people are like, oh, we should just kill them.
Yeah, and one of the guys was like, fucking kill them all.
Fucking kill them.
And like, Aegis is like, okay.
Alright, so Shinji asks Hiroyuki's help in defeating Geestron when he shows up to like put him back in his place, and Hiroyuki's like, I'm doing my best, I suppose. Alright, and like basically just like eventually Geestron shows up, he starts fucking shit up, and Tak Hong tries to like fight him, but like he just can't do it alone, so then Taiga shows up. They start fighting together, and like, Tak Hong also has like camouflage, so he can like turn invisible like an octopus can.
Yeah, he can cloak himself.
Yeah, so that was cool, and he goes to try Stereo, and basically they just like backhand Geestron.
Which I really like Geestron's design. I don't know why, but Astron's design is alright, but I think with the extra horns, like the extra blades and such on him, he looks a bit cooler to me.
Also, I've noticed a lot throughout the series that they like to animate the eyes on the kaijus.
Makes them look more alive.
Yeah, no, I like that little touch. It's actually really nice. And like,
can you imagine if Gonku was in this show?
Yeah.
The giant eye.
Oh my god, that'd be awesome. So then Taikon's like, all right, we got him, and he's like, well, my job is done.
Time, we're gonna return back to the sea, but be warned, Hiroyuki. There's another great evil coming. Okay, bye.
Yeah, bye. Tentacle arms and all everything.
Tentacle arms fly away.
Yeah, and that's basically it. Like, it was like a last kind of filler episode before
shit hits the fan.
Shit hits the fan. But I love Takon. I think he's honestly my favorite kaiju in this entire series.
He shows up in Return of Ultraman. In fact, I think it's the first episode. He and Astron fight in the first episode of Return of Ultraman.
Ah, so they just always had like a rivalry, kind of.
Yeah, because
cool.
like he's from the land, he's from the sea.
All right, but yeah, no, I love Takon. He was also, and you like Geestron, so
yeah.
So we each liked the different kaiju from this episode.
You know, I think I know why. Remind me a bit of Groudon a bit from Pokemon.
Oh, I love Groudon as well. I was never a fan of Kyogre.
Isn't it Kyogre?
Whatever. I always called him Kyogre.
This episode also, I think it's this episode that taught us this. Again, it's been 10 months since we started watching Taiga, but apparently the name of the city that they live in is Setahara.
Oh.
See, that's what I like. I like learning like tiny details like that. It's like, where do they live? Tokyo? No, it's Setahara.
Yeah, that's why it was cool in Gaim. They had like a fictional city.
Helheim.
Well, no, Zawami City.
Oh yeah, Zawami City.
Helheim's the name of the fucking killer force that was trying to kill everybody.
What's the difference?
Yeah, no, I might get I think after the invasion's over, and like the Japanese mail is in better position, I might order Attack on vinyl just to go with my kaijus, because I don't know, I like the really weird, like I either like the mechanical ones or the really weird ones like Dinosaur Tank and stuff. So
you wouldn't believe how many people have contacted me being like, "What is this?" I'm like, "Dinosaur Tank." They're like, "What?"
That's one of my favorite reactions ever in Ultraranger.
Like, honestly, after you found out, apparently everyone heard the news of Dinosaur Tank.
I mean, what can you say, man? It's fucking awesome.
It's a dinosaur riding a tank.
He's like fucking does drifts and shit. I love it.
But no, I enjoyed this episode.
Yeah, I thought it was really good.
No, it's nice filler. It doesn't rip at your freaking heartstrings like episode 10 did with Alien Knuckle.
Oh.
Hey. Oh boy.
Yeah, I think we can both agree that like the Alien Knuckle episode was like the best of the entire series.
Probably.
Yeah. Oh god, just Titus kicking Black King's ass. That was so good. I will go back to watch Taiga just to watch that.
Freaking dummy them
with no effort. Alright, so now we got episode 23, Clash, Ultra Big Match. So,
since it was nearing the Ultraman Zero and Belial's 10th anniversary,
they were like, fuck it, let Belial and Zero show up.
Yeah, so they have an entire episode solely dedicated to Ultraman Zero teaming up with Taiga in celebration of his anniversary.
Also because, it'd be great promotion to have the son of Taro team up with the son of Ultra 7.
I mean, it had to happen eventually.
Yeah. And so this episode, we got, the Kaiju episode was the Imitation Ultraman Belial. So it was literally, like, if you remember that alien Cherub from the, like, episodes ago who had, like, Belial's DNA, he was able to actually make a bulk copy of Belial. Just the thing with this one is he's got a yellow fin and then his claws are yellow.
Which apparently that was an accident when... So there are 3 aliens in this episode as well, aside from Chibu. Mm-hmm. There's Zarub, who's best known for doing the imitation, or the fake Ultraman, the original show.
He was my favorite of the 3.
You had Goldola,
mm-hmm.
the red, white one. The red, white, and black one. Which apparently he shows up in Ultra 7. And Alien Sran, who was apparently the final villain in Ultraman Max.
Jesus Christ.
So to think, you went from top tier shit
to comic relief.
And
I have to say, like, this like I love this trope in Ultraman where you have like a group of like aliens together and they're friends, they're buddies, they're having comedic moments, they're shooting shit. Like at one point, like Zara or whatever, he like touches like the stuff inside the machine and he like falls over, starts foaming at the mouth. They're like, "Oh my god, Zara! Oh my god, I'm still alive! Holy shit!" Like,
yeah, and that's why apparently Belial has the yellow fingers in the fin, because he put his hand into it. It kind of fucked up the chemical reaction a bit.
Oh, okay. Which, now I'm like, did they ruin the Belial suit by painting it? And I'm like, you fuckers.
No, they probably have several Belials.
Okay, thank God.
Here's my theory. Ultraman's, or not theory, but here's my idea. For Ultraman suits, they probably keep at least 3 or 4 on hand. Not to mention, they also have stage shows.
Yeah.
Across Japan, so they probably just took one from the stage show. And it's like, what are you doing? We're painting the fingers in the fin yellow. Why? Because why the fuck not? It's not like we can't just make another one.
Also, I like this alien Chibu because he had like a bow tie. Giant, like he looked like a game show host. Like,
which I swear that's the same alien Chibu from the Rube episode where they were doing the news story on the Minata family.
Maybe.
And it's like guys, their dad's father of Ultra.
Yeah, because they ain't Exceller, because Exceller's dead.
Yeah, Exceller.
It's to be determined.
Defeated. How about we just keep it at that? He is defeated. At this moment, he's still alive, just in Spark Doll form.
Yeah.
Because Dark Blue yelled, reversed him back into a Spark Doll.
Mm-hmm. Which, God, I remember I almost bought that Spark Doll with like the whole suit and everything, and then it came to be like too much money, and I actually had to like message the guy to cancel it. I'm sorry, I can't afford this. And he's like, okay. Yeah. So I loved the chemistry between these three. Like it was like really funny because they were both like worried for each other, and it's just like, don't fucking touch it, like Jesus.
Sorry.
So yeah, they shoot a gun, they like summon Belial, and like Taiga's just like, oh fuck. That's someone my father fucking got involved with a long time ago.
It's like, oh shit, we're fucked.
So they go to try to fight him, and like Titus is like the only one who seems to be like at kind of equal strength with Belial because they do like a JoJo thing where they're like, whoa!
Apparently that is a JoJo reference.
Yeah, I figured. And like Fuma's a bit fast for him, but like. In the end, Belial was able to take him down.
Just the brute strength.
Taiga can't do shit.
This is the way that I think of it, is that the Belial in this episode is definitely much like how in the movie Logan, you have X-24.
Oh, you mean the coolest thing in the entire movie?
Yeah, where it's just a clone of Belial with no memories.
No conscience.
Yeah, with no conscience. So it is just a killing machine.
Yeah.
Which... Also, kudos for this episode to actually have nice attention to detail where Chibu's like, oh, we'll summon Ultraman Belial. Didn't Ultraman G kick his ass and kill him several times?
Also, it was funny that Parika and freaking Kano see Belial and they're just like, oh, he's got yellow hands. It's kind of funny. They look like bananas.
Yeah,
they do look like bananas.
Banana.
So then it's interesting. Kirishima sees
Kurosaki.
Sorry. Yeah, Kurosaki. I don't know why I keep saying Kirishima. Kurosaki sees him, and he looks up and he's like, well, can't have that fucking... ruining my plans. Transforms into Tregear, and he's just like, yeah, I have no time for your bullshit. He almost dummies Belial himself.
Yeah, and it's like, why are you doing this? Because I'm not gonna let some wooden doll take you out.
Yeah, he wants to have his plans fulfilled, so he doesn't want this Belial clone to fucking fuck everything up. So we see Tregear fight a bit more, and like, God, just he's so smooth.
I know.
All of his movements are so smooth.
It's like very since he's a blue Ultraman, he's not as strong as the red tribe, blue tribe and the red tribe of Ultraman. This is actual canon lore where blues are actually weaker than the reds.
Wow.
But they are a bit smarter
and faster.
So Tregear is using his
that would explain. Yeah, that would explain why.
Defectiveness or
Reflex.
Yeah,
he says he has very strong. He has very fast reflexes.
Yeah. Or no, sorry. No, that's not a good word to use. I was gonna say he uses his disability to his advantage, but I'm like, that doesn't sound right.
No. He's very instinctive. He's very intelligent, and he just has fast reflexes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there was also a cute little reference to episode 34 of Ultraman from '66, where Hiroyuki runs out. He pulls up the Tiger Spark and he's still holding the fork in his hand.
Oh yeah, because they all have lunch. They're about to have lunch, and like it's actually cute when it's like, oh, it's lunch, and you just see Parika just jump to the shot. And she's like, she starts clapping. So like they let Hiroyuki and Homari let her choose, and she's like, well, got the miso, and then they start like doing rock paper scissors, which Hiroyuki loses.
Rock beats scissors. Rock beats scissors.
Yeah.
Well, I'm Ultraman. Fuck you.
So that was really funny. And so then, like, Trigger, like, hears, like, the aliens and, like, Alien Troop, like, yelling, and he just peeks in the window. Hey, what's up, fuckers? Oh, fuck! And it was that cute one point where, like, Taiga gets knocked down, and, like, you see, like, one of them come over with, like, a camcorder, and, they, like, peer outside the window onto the ground, and there's this Taiga, like, outside the building on the ground, just laying, like, oh,
that's some good visual effects.
That was a really good shot.
Like that's some good editing right there to show that like normal sized building, all outside miniature set with suit actor, like on the ground. It's like, and then back and forth. It's like, damn, fuck, that's pretty good shot. There are some pretty good shots in these episodes. Like
pretty good.
In episode 22, when Taiga first shows up to fight Takon, just where he's by the bay and it's like nighttime. That was my favorite shot in the episode. Like, I like that.
I liked it when he was walking off in the sunset.
Or just like the attention to detail as well. It's like when a Gisharon like cuts the circle open to like come up from the ground. You see a security camera footage like of the same event. It's like that's some good attention to detail.
Yeah.
Like
also in Takon, like you see like Takon fall over, and then it cuts to like a view of a park, and you see like a play structure that's shaped like an octopus.
Oh yeah.
I was like, that was funny.
But
so
yeah,
then
they're getting their asses handed to
who
them.
the fuck shows up?
Ultraman Zero.
Yeah. Which, when we originally first watched this episode, I actually was legit surprised. For some reason, I was not expecting Zero to show up, and I see him, I'm like, Zero, what the fuck are you doing here? I'm like, god damn it, every time Belial gets involved in some fucking way, Zero always needs to fucking be there to fucking kick his ass.
He's just in the land of light reading a book on how to teach pupils. Just
Zero,
my Belial senses are tingling. Hey Dad, be back for dinner.
So it's like,
but dinner's ready.
Dinner's been ready for like 30 minutes.
Like Zero just comes from the ground. Don't question why he comes from the ground.
He's sleeping.
Like, did you notice that as well?
Mm.
When Zero showed up, it's not like interdimensional portal flying through or like just flying from the atmosphere. He shows up from the ground.
Yeah.
Like it looks like he's on like some sort of wheelie thing, and like as he's coming up, he's like keeps turning.
Yeah.
He's like
Zero's a boss, man. What can I say?
I have arrived to defeat the Belial that is here. It's like Hiroyuki just looks at Taiga. The fuck's this?
Oh, it's Zero, son of Ultra 7. Seems to be a Belial like shit ton of times.
Taiga basically just does the whole Zero, you son of a bitch.
What's the matter? Land of Light got you pushing too many pencils?
Well, man, 80's trigonometry, man.
I like to think 80's a teacher in the Land of Light.
He is a teacher.
No, I'm saying like in the Land of Light, he's probably a teacher.
He is.
Oh.
That's why he chose to be a teacher as his human host.
Oh.
Because he already knows what to do.
It's and like Hikari, I feel like is like the college professor for like theoretical physics. So it's like he teaches like the most advanced fucking shit.
And so like Hikari's just like how not to get possessed by a demon. 101. Number 1, don't leave the planet. Number 2, don't leave the fucking planet.
Rule number 3, don't leave the planet.
What did he do?
What if we leave the planet?
Your laser blade.
So yeah, so then it's interesting that like Zero starts fighting Trigger, and like Zero's like kind of has a one up on him a little bit, and Trigger's just like, "Oh, Zero, you think you're so fucking cool, huh?"
Fuck you! Last time I saw you, you turned an evil clone of me. Coming out in July, our talk of new generation special.
And Trigger's just like,
and I'd do it again if I had the energy. Which is why I think I like the joke of like, we haven't fought yet, haven't we? It's like, because at the time of this episode, Ultra Galaxy Fight New Generations, Heroes was still coming out. Although both of them were in it, neither of them interacted with each other.
Oh.
Except for like one quick scene where it was like, bye.
Yeah, no, Zero's too busy fucking beating her and Grigio the whole time.
Protecting her.
Yeah. Oh, you're so
I'm Zero. Ultraman Zero.
Nothing beats an Ultraman X, though. The scientist chick had a fucking crush on Zero. Oh, Zero! Oh, it's you again. Call me.
Call me.
So yeah, they end up defeating the Blau clone, which it was still nice to see him.
Yeah, but they defeated him with a new toy. I mean, weapon.
Yeah, the Plasma Zerolet.
Yeah, the Plasma Zerolet,
Oh,
which,
no.
According to Zero, I misspelled something in the notes.
Zero.
It's apparently like it's resonating Zero's energy to 2,000,000%.
I think he didn't actually mean that. I think he was just saying, like, it's like how Zero's like, oh, you're 20,000 years too early to fit me. I think he was just saying that. It's like, oh, with our powers combined, it's like 2,000,000%. So I don't think that was actually the thing. I think
you don't think it's actually like the canonical power?
No,
it's just 2,000,000% equals fucking broken.
Yeah, he was just hyping everyone up.
Oh, Zero. Like he shows up and Taiga's like, Zero, there you are. He's like, let's rock and roll. Freaking cracks his shoulders. He's like, let's do this. Let's go. You and me. Also, they destroy half the city because all 4 of them use their like spacium rays.
Yeah, no, that was a fucking good shot.
Freaking the Zero wide shot, the Tristerium blast, freaking the Terra Ardiga, and then the Decium ray. All 4 of them like crisscross with each other to make an X, and somehow doesn't explode the city.
No, yeah, the whole city should have been nuked. Definitely.
That's 4 spacium rays.
I don't know, maybe they controlled like the power of them. I feel like Ultramen are more powerful than they actually like let on.
They're like Superman. They just don't let go.
Yeah, they just hold back.
Or yeah, they hold back.
Yeah, they don't go full strength. That's why it makes sense that like as we saw in the Zero movie that like all of them were like moving on the land of light. They were just moving like fucking super fast, using all their different attacks and stuff. But when they're in on Earth, like they're fighting slower. I always love that attention to detail. When they're in the land of light, they just move around like normal fucking people. That's great. If you haven't watched the Zero movie, fucking go watch the Zero movie.
If not, wait until later this year when it comes out on Blu-ray.
Yeah. There's a 10-minute scene of Bilal just beating the shit out of everybody. It's fantastic. I can't talk about that scene enough.
It's one of those scenes where you have to examine it scene by scene.
No, like the first time, the reason I fell in love with Belial was because of that fucking scene. Because I'm like, there's no more power. There's no other powerful Ultraman more powerful than this fucking guy.
He just took on the entire planet.
He dummied everyone. Everyone.
What about Leo? He dummied everybody. Stupid.
And then Ultraman King would come in and just fucking snap his fingers. Bam, dead.
I am inedible.
Yeah, no, essentially. Because remember, Ultraman King is fucking God.
He is God.
Who's this guy again? Shh, quiet. He'll kill us all.
He can fucking kill us with a blink.
Just keep clapping. Yeah, Ultraman King! That's one of my favorite jokes I made.
Okay, calling yourself Ultraman King is kind of like just... like stroking your own ego.
Ego? Stroking your own ego.
Yeah, stroking your own ego, I meant to say. But just like, I'm going to call myself Jack. Well, my name's Ace. I'm Ultraman King.
Well, maybe he has like a really, really complicated name that's just so like incomprehensive to like normal language. You can't like you can't say it. So he's like, my name is Just call me Ultraman King.
I mean, he is the oldest Ultraman of all of them.
He's the first Ultraman.
Kinda.
Ultraman 1966. The fuck!
My joke to you?
Where's our Ultraman King series? I just want a movie or special about Ultraman King specifically.
Well, I mean, Ultraman G kind of helped that.
No, and you could tell too that Zero was like the prodigy of Ultraman because King was also there to like witness his training.
True.
Yeah. No, Zero is like the true savior of fucking Ultraman kind. Because it's like if the god of Ultraman, well, not the god of Ultraman, but if like the most powerful of them all is watching over your progress and training, you have to be special.
Oh, there was also a cute scene when, like, before Zero shows up when Belial's fighting Taiga, Trigger just freaking hops up onto a building and he's like, yeah, fake's a fake, but I'm at least enjoying this fight.
It was fun. It's actually gonna be a challenge.
Oh, and the 4 aliens got killed when Belial crushed the building.
Yeah. Unfortunate, but oh well.
But yeah, Trigger bails, saying that, oh, something...
I'll get you next time, gotcha.
I'll get you next time, Taiga. Next time. No, wait. No, wait. Hang on. Trigger's British. I'll get you next time,
No. I'll get you next time, Taiga. Next time.
Well, he has like a very deep British
He's got
voice.
the accent.
Yeah, he's...
Get you next time, Ultraman Taiga! You wanker! No. Yeah, so this episode was pretty cool. It was definitely like, you know...
pretty good.
Yeah, giving a quickie to Zero there, but...
Alright, that's your one for episode.
Oh!
Yeah. Oh, there's also this cute shot of when Hiroyuki... it's like Hiroyuki reverts back to normal. Like, Zero grabs Hiroyuki, just places him on a building. There you are. Hey. Belial may be strong, but don't underestimate Trigger. He's up all here. In the mask? But no, up in your brain. See, this is why Taiga's not my disciple.
Yeah, so overall fun episode, I think. I like the 3 aliens, like, chemistry. That was great. I liked to see Belial again, even though it was a really fucking excuse.
I mean, it's at least a good excuse.
Yeah,
it's not just, oh, Belial's here. Why?
Thumbing them using this fork.
Yeah, this is the fork.
Fork.
And then Zero just went back to having dinner with his dad, you know, chit-chatting. Then he went back to reading his book on how to teach a disciple.
Ultraman Teachers for Dummies. For shummies. For schwummies.
For schwummies?
Yeah.
That sounds like a freaking brand name for that'd
be a fun thumbnail to make.
What are they called?
What?
The things that kids wear when swimming.
Oh, water wings?
Water wings. That's what they're called. I never knew the name of them because
water wings.
I didn't have to wear them.
Or floaties.
Floaties, that's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, floaties. I used to call them water wings.
It's just one word, Gar. What is it? What is the color of the red fire truck? Oh, I should know this one.
Pink. Name a yellow fruit. Orange. It's actually a fucking thing from Family Feud.
What?
Just like you can tell when the woman said orange, she immediately was like, "What the fuck did I say that?"
What's Popeye's favorite food? Chicken.
No.
It's like
he used to be actually the mascot for Popeye's chicken.
Like everyone on her all of her family members were just like, "You're dumb.
Yeah, you're dumb.
You're fucking. It's spinach. You dance about." Anyways, this leads us into our 2-part finale. Episode 24, I'm Parika. And episode 25, Buddy Steady Go.
So,
The alternate title was Buster's Ready Go, but that was already taken.
So, Parika's an android.
She is an android.
Yes, which guy's gonna play a funny clip.
Which, I'm gonna quickly play a clip here. So, the giant meteor comes down.
Yep.
And it destroys, a lot of things.
A lot of things.
People are dead.
People are dead. People are rioting. There's protesters protesting for aliens to get the fuck off of Earth.
Yeah.
Because like all this shit wouldn't have happened if there weren't any aliens to begin with.
But Parika leaves just only mentioning one word: Woola.
Ula or Ula.
Yeah, Ula. The W is silent.
Yeah.
Which kind of finally explains who Parika is, because Parika didn't really get a whole lot of character development this show.
No, except for that one episode with that chick.
Oh, with the general chick.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's revealed to be that 7 years ago, Kana found Parika as she is an android.
Yeah.
From space.
Yep.
Could have been brought to my attention yesterday.
Why did she never tell them?
Okay, so I think this was a situation of she didn't want to remember her true purpose, and she wanted to live as a normal human being. So Kana was respecting her wishes enough to give her that. So she's like, "We'll just forget that you're an android, make you a human, give you a full name, and you can just work for me." So I think it was just that. It's just that she wanted to give her a normal life. They just never expected this whole Woola situation to actually fucking occur, and then it did.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So I feel like though they should have told them.
Well, that should have been priority number one.
It's by the way, she's an android trying to keep a plant-eating monster from check. But let's just.
Well, they didn't know that part. It's just the only thing Kana knew is that Parika had a mission to fulfill.
I think there should have been hints too. It's Kana's been working with me for 7 years, and then at one point he's like 7, but she would have been a little girl, wouldn't she? What?
At least
they should have made hints.
Why is she good with technology? I'm just good with technology.
Yeah, that explains why she's so fucking good on the computer and stuff, and good at scouting and looking up information, because she's a fucking android.
Which it's also that clip that I was playing was from The Wedding Singer, by the way.
Yeah, the one Adam Sandler movie I've never seen.
Yeah, neither have I.
I you blew it!
Oh, from Billy Madison. You blew it! But yeah, apparently this was all Kirasaki's plan.
His new plan.
Yeah, his new plan, which there is no plan. He's just doing this because why not? I'm bored.
I don't have any small wishes or goals. And it's didn't you say your goal was to have Ultraman Taro's son kill Ultraman Taro? Wasn't that your fucking initial plan? What the fuck?
He did not have a plan. At this point,
he's the Joker. Kirasaki is pretty much the Ultraman equivalent of the Joker.
When I chased a dog, I'm
like a dog. I'm like a dog chasing a car. Once I catch up with it, I don't know what to do with it.
I wonder how I got these scars.
I wonder how I got this mask.
Which I wish we knew.
I would love to see a rough concept design of what Tregear looks like without the Tregear stuff on him.
I wouldn't mind seeing that either. I would because that is definitely it is revealed in the light novel that he puts that on because he doesn't want to be acknowledged as an Ultraman.
Yeah, he puts on the mask, puts on the armor, the binding armor that covers his color timer, which you can see he has a glowing blue one.
Yeah, giant blue one. He's black and blue. That's actually kind of cool.
Yeah, so eventually we get to we find out from Titus that Ula's or Woola, Wula's just this horrible plant-eating monster. He just goes to plants, fucking just eats them, devours them, has no endless hunger. He just can constantly, because we find out later that he has a black hole in his stomach, which lets him just constantly be consuming things. And he has an endless hunger.
It's like, oh, where did he come from? He was made by man. Space debris from one planet basically got sucked into a black hole. That's how it came to be.
Because when you look at this fucker, like, he is terrifying. Like, he is, like, he reminded me of, I think it was a Kaiju orb that, like, I think it was the final Kaiju that was made.
Oh, Mega Norochi?
Yeah. It was just like
just the giant head?
Well, it was just like a bunch of, like, fusion of Kaijus. Like, I think there was an Ultraman series that had...
Bedora?
I think so.
Like Belial's giant, like, Satan form?
Yeah, that's it. That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
But yes, because, like, Woola just, like, he's, like, this fusion of, like, all this stuff, and he has, like, this giant fucking, like, gaping mouth, and, like, it's just, it's terrifying. And, like, anything Taiga tries on him, it just does not work. He just swallows it. Oh, I love Chipotle.
Kaijus!
Yeah, like, Gar made a good mention, the observation that he kind of looked like he was, like a hand puppet.
Yeah, just the way that is, like, since he's just a giant head with, like, tiny little arms, like a Tyrannosaurus Rex a bit, his movements are very, like, hand puppet-ish a bit.
Which I like to think that maybe that's what it was. It was just, like, a guy with, like, arms that just go, ow, 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 ow.
Maybe, but, you know, giant suit, I'm not entirely sure.
But, like... And we tried looking up to see if there's like a vinyl figure of him. There isn't, and I understand. This is a very complicated design.
I understand, but I'm also very upset because it's like it's a damn good design.
Yeah. So Parika eventually like goes away, and she feels like, well, I'm the thing like that can stop this, like put it to rest.
Yeah.
And so she feels like that's what my only purpose in life. Like I have to fulfill what I'm destined to do. And, like, Hiroyuki, Kana, and Homare are all just like, no, you're our friend, like, you're family. You've made a name for yourself. You've made an identity, like, as a human being. Like, you deserve more than just what you've been fated to do. And she goes, you're right, probably, but this is the only way. Like, this is the only way we can stop this thing.
Yeah, so Parika finds the brainwave controller that is being currently held by Alien Magma and Alien Markind.
Which is super funny.
Which, you know, we're used to.
Why are they
guys
showing
from
up now?
episode 1? The aliens that were doing the whole bidding thing? Yeah, this show kind of just lost that altogether by the second episode.
I forgot about the whole bidding auction thing.
It's weird because they felt like that was going to be the way of how to like bring in all the kaijus for the show.
It's like Earth was like the testing ground.
Like the whole like, oh my goodness, I can't believe I'm comparing it to it. It's like Cosmo Royale from Ninja Steel introducing the monster of the episode.
Gigantify!
Shall we gigantify this kaiju that's already monsterful?
No, oh, sorry! I like that sometimes they actually said no.
Yeah. That was Baron Nero's suit.
Yeah, so she like finds this machine, she hooks herself up to it, and like she's just like totally fucking ready, and like Hiroyuki's just trying like everything to stop her. Cause like it's like you're a friend, and like we love you, and she just decides like, well then I'll be me. I am like I forgot what her last name was. It's something long and complicated that started with an A. Oh. Ashikawa Parika, and she's like, I'm Ashikawa Parika, and like,
I'm a man.
I'm a man.
No.
And like, she like uploads herself into into Woola.
Yeah. And
kind of keeping it a bit at bay, I guess, because like it just goes like dormant or something like that. And but like Hiroyuki and them just like they can't. He can't just stand around. They can't stand around and do nothing.
Well, that's cheat.
I know. But then they pretty much find out that, like, he finds out that they've like Omari and kind of known that he's been Taiga this entire time.
Oh yeah, when going over the master plan, because like apparently Parika doesn't want to kill Ula. It's like, oh, it's grieving on the inside because it's just hungry. It doesn't want to kill anything. That thing just ate a Galactron.
Yeah, we had Galactron Mark II because like the fuck was trying to escape and everything, and just nope.
It tried to escape from being eaten.
But nope. And you just see his arm.
Just his arm and just wires just coming out of Ula's like mouth. It's like,
which I was happy to see Galactron, but I gotta say I don't like Mark II. I like the more kaiju kind of that Mark I has.
It's a mixed bag for me. I like both versions of it.
I still miss that like this piece, his peace song. I love that. Galactron will always be my favorite fucking kaiju from Ward.
But yeah, Parika wants to try and at least save Ula a bit, not just like murder him.
Yeah, murder him dead.
Yeah, just drop him dead.
But like, just they don't see any other fucking choice, really.
Yeah,
so they decide like, okay, well, we'll try to neutralize the black hole in him so that he's like finally like full,
and he can
rest in peace. So like they do, I forgot what they do exactly. They power like a machine or something, fire like a missile into them.
All right, so this is what they do. Alien Magma and Alien Markine help out as well. Help out with Operation Buddy Steady Go.
Oh yeah, that was cute that they did that.
Yep. Alien Magma has a device called the Vice Strike, in which it's a device that can create a white hole, which is the parallel difference to a black hole. Which, if they're going to use some magma waves from Alien Magma's ship to lure out Ula so that he eats it because it's energy. While feeding him the magma energy, they're gonna slip in the vice strike to cause the white hole into his stomach. That way he can actually that way it neutralizes the black hole. That will give them enough time for Ultraman to show up, feed him more energy so that he can combust.
Yeah.
Basically finally being full.
And it's funny too, where like the protesters are still going around, but then like Taiga shows up and they're all cheering, and like Irasaki's just like, "You fucking hypocrites! Like you're like saying you want all alien life off of here, but Ultraman is an alien, and like you only care like him because he protects you."
That is very valid.
Yeah, he makes a really good point. But then I think after that, but then we see, like, during all the chaos and stuff like that, like, these two firefighters are about to be crushed by, like, building debris. But then these two aliens come out of nowhere and they save them.
Oh, those aren't firefighters.
Oh, they look like firefighters?
They were protesters.
Oh, okay. They were dressed in, like, firefighter jackets.
Well, red and black was the protest colors.
Oh, okay. They look like they were wearing the same jackets, so...
No. Yeah, they were all protesters. They all had the same gear.
Oh, okay. They look like firefighters too. Anyways, yeah, so they were saved by two aliens, and they're like, you guys aren't so bad.
Yeah, it's like, hey, we just saved you. Which, I think they were trying to do a subplot featuring, like, normal humans being saved by aliens, or, like, just the whole protest thing.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really go anywhere. Like, it doesn't really go anywhere story-wise because the main focus is on Ula and Taiga, which it feels a bit odd because Ula's here to destroy the world. Why do I not feel like it's the end of the world? When Belial showed up in atrocious form, that felt like the end of the world.
Yep.
Mega Orochi showing up in the entire city almost being destroyed, that felt like the end of the world.
Yeah.
Rube, not so much.
No, Rube, there wasn't much at stake.
But, like, this did not feel like a finale. This felt like just your average two-parter.
Yeah. So in the end, like, they're able to, like, satisfy his hunger, and, like, Freak is like, oh, you're full. You can rest now.
And then Taiga goes straight into the freaking stomach.
And, like, tries to grab Parika.
Try to grab Parika, but then, like, the aura... So, like, Trigger does show up, in which they fight a bit.
Yeah, and I like that there's one point where, like, he's not paying attention to Taiga, and then Taiga, like, is, like, jumping towards them, and Trigger just immediately, without a hesitation, just turns around, fucking blocks him, hits him. Like, it was just amazing seeing, like, how fast reflexes he has. And then, all three of them try to, like, fight him one-on-one, so, like, Fuma he's a bit too fast, and then, like, Titus comes down to fucking, like, try to slam a punch on him and stuff, and...
It's pretty good.
Yeah, and then they, like, try to beat him with Tristerium, and...
Like, they try to they try to get Trigger to listen to reason.
Yeah.
Because Trigger tried to attack Taiga with the with his spacing ray again, but he like gathers all the energy and chucks it into Ula as well, causing still leading to his demise. But like the aura around the planet makes him feel warm a bit, so Taiga tries to talk him down to it. It's like, that's because it's the power of two Ultramen, you and me. No matter what you do, no matter where you go in the galaxy, you are an Ultraman, and you want to protect light. And like he holds out his hand, like, come on. Trigger just like, fuck this.
Yeah, no.
Freaking throws lightning at him.
Yeah, and then he's like, bye!
Not even bye, more like deady.
Yep.
Freaking Trigger just gave up in the final fight.
Yep.
To the point where like Taiga jumps up into the air and he's covering like the sun. Trigger's just like, Tara? Which they finish him off with the Quattro Squad Blaster. Which that finally led to Trigger being defeated.
Yeah.
And we'll never see him again. He's in the movie. Before we even... This is the only downside to watching these shows months after the fact that, due to fan subbers, which it's not fan subbers' fault, but still, it's one of the downsides to watching these shows months after they air, because it doesn't matter. We know that Trigger is still alive.
Yeah, and it's hard to just remember like a lot of shit that happened too, because like that's why I'm so glad like ahead of time we just like we binged the rest of the series when it was fully subbed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so it ends with the two aliens joining
Aegis. Alien Magma becomes security, and Alien Markine becomes their accountant.
Yeah, and it's like, oh yeah, we also got one more member, and
it's Parika.
She survived somehow.
I'm guessing they were able to save her data from Ula before it exploded.
Yeah, I'm assuming so.
In which they were just able to just boom.
Yeah, and it pretty much ends like that.
It's pretty much just that. But do you see what I mean by it doesn't feel like a finale?
No, yeah, I do.
It feels... You know what it feels more like? It feels more like this is the end of the first arc.
Yeah.
Like, Trigger was the first main antagonist, and like someone else is going to come in later.
Yeah, so that was Ultraman Taiga, and honestly, for me, it was alright. Like, it wasn't anything like wow factor, honestly. And like another thing is, like we mentioned before, that it was because like it took us like so long to just watch this entire show.
So like everything's not really fresh in your memory anymore.
Exactly. And like I talked about it before, but just like having like 3 Ultramen at the same time, it's just like it's a bit much, and like you only had one of them at a time on screen. Like, again, I would have loved to have seen, like, in the finale, all 3 of them fighting Trigger together with the strength and bonds that they've made throughout this series. That would have been better. We don't need to have a fusion of us to fucking defeat Trigger. If we just go fight together, we can do it.
Well, like, in a sense, they are fighting together in the form of Tricerium.
Yeah, no, I know, but I would have rather have seen them, all 3 of them, because like it shows how much they've grown. Is that like at the beginning of the series they couldn't do it, but then now that they've grown stronger with their bonds, they can do it. So that was the big disappointing thing. Was like you have 3 Ultramen, but you don't have all 3 of them on screen at the same time.
I think having 3 Ultramen also affects it a bit in one standpoint, and that's like Fuma and Titus and Taiga. I feel like they're all not underdeveloped, but I feel like they weren't developed enough. But I guess that's because we had the Tri Squad audio dramas where, oh, they don't really show up in the show. Okay, here's a YouTube audio drama of them just chit-chatting and talking about what they know.
and that's what we should have had more. Like, and like, I feel like we would have had more fun with them if, like, I feel like if Hiroyuki, if they already knew that Hiroyuki was Ultraman, and like they could see them and they interacted with the other characters, interacted with them, because I think it would have been funnier. Because like Homare and Titus would have become like good like buddies, and like,
or hell, just go with the big thing. Have Homare and Parika be the other two hosts.
That'd be great. What an awesome, man.
It would have led to a bit, like, it would have led, again, it would have worked with the whole bonding thing. Like, I mean, sure, Homare and Parika are revealed later on to not be human.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're both aliens, but it's like, it would have shown more that, like, even two different aliens from two different planets can still work together.
Yeah.
Like, it would have worked with the whole concept that this show was trying to do, and that is everyone can work together no matter where you come from.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, hell, look at the Tri-Squad. Freaking Fuma's from Planet 050, Titus is from the Ultra Star, Taiga's from the Land of Light. All three different areas, and they can also work together.
Yeah, and that's what this big show's message and moral was, is like discrimination, and it's just like, just because you're from somewhere else doesn't mean you like you hate them for being different from who you are. Like, and it's like that's why I love living where I live in Toronto, because like we are the most cultural diverse city in the world. Mm-hmm. Like, you can't look anywhere without seeing like different cultures, and it's fantastic. I've worked with people of different races, different cultures, and they are all been like fascinating to be a part of. And like, I have no like racism in my blood or anything like that. Like, I love everyone.
But then you have Trigir, who's like, aside from the good design and him mind fucking things, not that great of a villain.
No, like,
at least with Juggler, like let's compare him to Juggler a bit, because that's like,
because they're both kind of like cuckoo in the head.
Like cuckoo and like kind of the same character. Like, kind of the same character archetype. Juggler works because he knows Guy.
They've had a history.
Yeah, because they have a history together.
And also we got a prequel series showing more of their history.
Yeah, like, they expand on the lore, and it's the fact that it's not that Juggler hates Guy. It's the point of just, he believes that Guy doesn't understand him.
Yeah, and then, like, K and G, like, he was a simple character too, but like, we went more into his head and like where his loyalties lied, and just like, even though Belial full on betrayed him, he still fucking was like, I will die for you.
The dude fell off a cliff.
Yeah. He's like, oh, like, I'm trying to kill you and you're still loyal to me? And he's like, oh, it's like, alright, buddy, your funeral. So, but like, he was crazy by the end too, but like, it was interesting because as the show went on, we got to learn more and more and more about him. Just Trigir this whole time has just been like a full mystery.
He is the Joker. It's basically, he has the one shtick, and he sticks to it.
And then like they say he has a plan, and then at the last episode they're like, oh, I don't believe in goals and plans and wishes, and it's like, what? But you were trying to kill Taro by using his son to kill him. Like, that was your plan.
I think that's also just a cliche as well. It's like, oh, I hate your dad, so I automatically hate you.
Yeah. And that was the, like, and again, that was the other, like, I think they also stopped caring about what Taiga was trying to do as a character, where he's like, I want to be known for more than just being the son of Taro. I want to be my own person. Like, my own legacy, my own hero. And, like, I feel like they just kind of
dropped the ball on
that. And I was like, no, that was great character development for him.
Because, honestly, if it weren't for the designs, like, if it weren't for each of the Tri-Squad members having their own unique design, they're all kind of just the same character.
Yeah. Which, for me, Titus was my favorite thing in this entire show. This is what I took from it. So, It was just, every time he was on screen, he's so cool. Fucking, like I said, when he dummied Black King, that was just like the best fight in the entire fucking show for me. But just, I don't know, like, just I watched the series and it just didn't
Get
I just didn't hit it with me.
with me, I feel like Taiga had some good episodes. Like, it had some good episodes and it had some bad episodes.
And like Homare was a great character, and like I liked seeing this was a show where I liked seeing more of the side characters doing stuff, which like I like that's the thing, because like in Rube we complained that like, oh, we didn't see enough of the main characters, but in this one I was like, I didn't mind having like the side characters because they were so fun and lovable.
Well, it's because we have more than like 3 side characters, because like we do more.
Yeah, and like, you know,
like it's. I think it's because it's the fact that they're not family. It's like, because like in Rube, the main problem with the side characters is that they're all family in a sense. So it's like they all kind of have the same backstory.
Yeah.
Homare is an alien. Well, of course he's an alien, but basically Homare is an alien with a dark past. But he found a different lifestyle to the point where he changed.
Yeah, even like he tried to tell that to Parika when she was like gonna sacrifice herself, just being like I was in a bad place and stuff, and then I met Kana and she gave me a new purpose and to live.
She gave me the name Soya.
Yeah, a second start, and it just So like,
I think that's I think what we're both saying can just equal up to this. Ultraman Taiga had a lot more potential. Not had a lot more potential, but had a lot more story that they could do in just the span of 25 episodes.
Yeah, but it was just like a lot of it felt episodic too.
That too, but again, I think that's the Subaraya's thing of quality over quantity.
Yeah.
They'd rather tell a good episodic story over one overarching storyline for 25 episodes.
So, like, I'm not saying, like, overall Taiga was, like, bad, but, like, I don't know, just, I think it was just, like, going into the series, I was like, oh, 3 Ultraman, maybe that'll be interesting, and I think I just kind of, I think I had too much expectation for the show to be, like, super good, because I thought, oh, 3 Ultraman, it has to be good then, and then, as the show progressed, I just realized, like, no. You know what? It's better when we have just, like, 1 or 2. Like, we have one in the beginning for, like, the first little bit, and then, like, a second one fucking comes in, and it works out. And, like, see, like, Orb was able to freaking stand by his little self, because we didn't need a second Ultraman, because we had Juggler. Like, Juggler was the second Ultraman of that series, but he was, like, the villain, too, and he was just so good, and good history, and then G, like... You know, G was able to do off his own, like, he had Belial and Zero to, like, work off of, but, like, it made it work.
There's also just the biggest flaw in the show, which I totally understand why Subaraya is going with fusions with Ultraman Z. The gimmick did nothing in Taiga.
Yeah, no, that's why, like, I had no interest in getting the Tiger Spark, honestly, once, like, it showed up in the show. I was just like, eh.
Like, why are they keys?
Why are they keychains?
Yeah, why are they keychains?
And then you have, like, bracelets and rings, like
if you're going for the whole bracelet and ring thing, why not just make it that Taiga in, like, why not make it a dual wrist thing? Yeah. Have it be like you have to insert, like, something into the other wrist, then you scan it. You can still have the whole scanning thing. Yeah, but it's just like the Ultralets and Kaiju rings did little to nothing. I totally understand why they didn't go to make a ton of them.
Yeah, because, like, Orb I got, like, well, no, I didn't get anything from Orb, but, like, Jeed I got, like, a bunch of stuff from Jeed. Rube I got a lot of shit from Rube just because, like, stuff was cool.
Dark Orb.
And, yeah, especially Dark Orb. Orb Dark.
Yeah, Orb Dark.
Yeah, and, Taiga, I didn't enjoy that much, unfortunately. Like, the Ultramen themselves are cool. Like, Titus, like I said, my favorite thing being out of this. But other than that, like, eh.
We'll probably get better stuff when we talk about the audio dramas, and God knows whenever the movie's gonna get a re-release.
Oh, man.
Or not re-release, but basically get a release.
Yeah.
Because as of this recording, Subaraya Productions still hasn't made an announcement as to when the new release date is, due to the current pandemic that's going on.
So that's why for Ultraman Z, we're going to be very smart with this.
Yes. So if you don't remember us talking about it, we will say it now. We are talking about the first episode of Ultraman Z the week after it comes out. But afterwards, we're waiting until the entire show is done. So that way, we're still going to watch it.
We're going to watch it on our off time.
Yeah, on our off time. So that we at least still can watch it. But as for Ultraranger wise, we are saving it until once all of it is fully subbed. That way we can watch it from week to week and have a better kind of concept as to what's going on. Because both Rube and Taiga have taken us several months to talk about it, when it should only take us like half that time.
And plus we'll be able to approach the show with like a more kind of serious view, because we'll have watched it on our off time, like with hype and everything, ooh, and then we can actually like watch it more critically and like
be like,
see like, oh, does the hype really still stay for the show, or is there like some things we missed about it? So for Zed, we're gonna be a lot more smarter than this. So I'm like, yes, I'm excited for G to be in this, like over the moon happy.
I'm excited that Riku's coming back for it. I'm excited that as much as a lot of people don't like the concept of fusions, I enjoy the fusion concept.
I love fusion concept.
It's basically a good idea of, hey, what can, like, especially since this is the third season in a row featuring fusion, or like at least the third season to feature fusion concept, and they're still not running out of ideas of how to do fusions.
Yeah, like some of these fusions are fucking amazing, man. So just,
but yeah, overall, Taiga was good for some episodes.
Mixed bag.
But it could be. It definitely had potential to be a bit bigger.
Yeah, I think it just had a weak story.
It did have a weak story with the episodic thing. The moral message was good though.
Yeah, the overall message I understood. It's just like, no matter where you're from and stuff, and don't judge people just because they're different from where you are, from who you are. So yeah, that's it. I'd honestly, I'd say, like, this is a bit harsh to say, but like, I'd say if you want to be a completionist, watch Taiga, but I personally I wouldn't recommend it, honestly. Unfortunately.
For me, watch some episodes. If you don't like it, you don't like it.
Yeah.
If you end up loving it, more power to you.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I don't discriminate against people who love shows that I don't like.
No, me neither.
It's great. You found something in the show that I couldn't.
Yeah.
Unless it's like blatantly like awful and you're just being blinded.
Yeah.
By like something
or
stupid.
Hype.
Yeah, or hype. It's
yeah,
like,
in my older age now, I try to not to let hype fucking overcome me, but it's hard. Yeah.
So yeah, that was Kaiju Sentai Ultraranger episode 123.
Buddy, steady, goodbye.
That sounds like a good one. Buddy, steady, farewell.
There you go.
Episode 123. Buddy, steady, farewell.
And for the thumbnail, I know you'll make something cool Taiga related.
Yeah, it'll probably just be like a collage of Taiga.
Stall Titus.
It's all
Titus.
Just in all caps.
That like, again, Titus was probably like my biggest take from this show. He was fantastic. I loved him.
Yeah.
I hope to get the figure out of him. So.
It's sold out for like a bunch of places.
Damn.
I'm gonna try and find it.
I think honestly we need to take from Taiga, make a Titus special. Make a show about Titus.
Freaking YouTube V Cinema or something.
Yeah, do V. Take his origin story. Make it a movie. Make it an animated movie in like the form of the Jonius anime style.
Yeah.
Because I've noticed that the Superaya YouTube channel has been actually uploading the whole anime. So maybe one day we'll dive a bit into that just to see what it's like.
Hey, apparently it's in the list of shows that is getting a Milk Creek release.
I think all Jonius on Blu-ray would be pretty nice.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind it. So for the next episode of Kaiju Sentai Ultraranger, now that we have finished Ultraman Taiga, it's now time to dive into the first part of the Ultraman Taiga finale.
Oh yeah, Taiga baby, we're finishing it.
Yeah. So join us next time as we talk about episodes 50, 51, and 52 of Ultraman Taiga and give our overall thoughts on what we thought of the show.
Oh yeah. Schwa for now.
Schwa for now, everyone.